Also, whatever the conditions, assuming that he had a contribution with anything in the event, that he had no association with anything, I who need to see, I wouldn't wish someone go to jail on my most horrendously awful foe. We don't discuss things that are rubbish. We don't for even a moment engage gibberish, my sibling. So we not in any event going to try and go there with all due regard, yet I care no Hollywood on the roads, particularly Hollywood rappers. Definitely we can get our desk work and see what all we at any point been captured for any craftsman out there need to be a craftsman and need to remain a star and don't need to stress over the chief maker attempting to be all in the video, all on the record. And when you do that, you can't drive no place. My entire thing was PX. He was shot. I'm similar to you shot. I will get you to the emergency clinic. I'm driving, letting him know. I will get to the clinic, kick back Tupac stunner. Well-established cold case seems, by all accounts, to be edging nearer to goal, starting newly discovered fervor. The new capture of the superb suspect, Keith D., has pushed the business into a furor. The capture in the Tupac Shaker murder 27 years after the fact truly stunned everybody. Inside this re-established revenue, there's hypothesis that Diddy might be investigating ways of safeguarding himself from expected repercussions for his supposed inclusion in the occurrence, with the unavoidable chance of Suge night. Affirming against Keith, things seem not to be solid for Diddy. You are called to affirm for this situation. I wouldn't be on top of this show. It looks like Sut has begun to unobtrusively get down on Diddy as the underside culprit, guaranteeing that the examiners are yapping at some unacceptable tree lock in individuals. And we should dig into the complexities of this most recent contention that has surprised the web. Suge Knight, who was the bottom observer to the drive-by shooting that guaranteed Tupac's life, has as of late done an earth-shattering meeting with TMZ. He dropped a few key clues that might actually get the rap investor, did he in a difficult situation. Suge has conceded that he was shocked when was captured. He said, "Shock number one, since I didn't think Keith never get captured, nor would I like to see him get captured." The previous president of Death Row Records declared that policing thinking some unacceptable individual. He uncovered that Keith didn't have anything to do with Tupac's case. Me and Key played on a similar influence water football crew. And whatever the conditions, assuming he had an association with anything on the off chance that he had no association on top of that, Suge additionally guaranteed that Keith's nephew Orlando Anderson was not the shooter. He suggested that somebody higher in the pecking order is attempting to involve him as a cover. I never had nothing awful to say regarding Orlando. Since number one, he wasn't a shooter, many accept that Suge is in a roundabout way affirming Diddy's association for the situation. Yet the fact is that despite the fact that Suge is implying things, Keith would most presumably uncover Diddy's name. In the examination, you see Keith D. has forever been provocatively vocal about Diddy's claimed $1 million abundance on Suge and Tupac's heads. Keith D. said they purportedly settled the provisions of the hit at Greenblatt store, where Keith D. requested $1 million to pay both Tupac and Knight. KD claimed he told Diddy, "We'll wipe there and out fast, man. It's nothing, no doubt. We need 1 million. You said you walk first floor. Did he say come meet me ground floor steps? Better believe it, come on downstairs." We should not fail to remember that in a paparazzi interview, Suge implied that Diddy realized who was behind Tupac's end suit. Said everyone realizes off the top, I ain't the Nad Tupac. I'm the end defender of Tupac. Be a puffy, can get him a Mutha star on the stroll of popularity. And each rodent on the planet say he's the person who k'd Tupac or had him shot. Yet that is not all. To drive his point further, he strikingly pronounced that he wouldn't affirm against Keith, regardless of whether was called to do not really good or bad. In the event that you are called to affirm for this situation, I wouldn't be the reason, not in that frame of mind. With specialty of exchange gan bargain, Puffy's previous security individual asserted that Keith has unstable snippets of data that will unquestionably demonstrate Diddy mark his guards against Tupac's case. The long-lasting analyst for Tupac's situation, Greg Kading, has likewise shared his feedback on the circumstance. Greg accepts that Diddy could be considered responsible for his activities, assuming there are observers or solid proof, or some likeness thereof. To demonstrate Diddy's cases, you will require some serious areas of strength. For truly supporting observers, you will require individuals that said, "I was there when a monetary exchange occurred." Now we as a whole realize that Dwayne Davis has for some time been referred to examiners as one of 4 suspects recognized right off the bat in the examination. He isn't the blame shooter, yet was portrayed as the gathering's ring chief. By specialists, it is fascinating to take note of that in Nevada, you can be accused of a wrongdoing, including murder, in the event that you assist somebody with perpetrating the wrongdoing. Lieutenant Jason Johansson said Dwayne Davis was the shot guest for this gathering of people, that serious this wrongdoing, and he coordinated the arrangement that was completed. The situation starts to get interesting further as a meeting of Keith surfaced on the web. Keith asserted that Diddy ought to be obliged to him, as he has safeguarded Diddy by following the road code. "I simply think, Puff, you realize you should be a stand-up man. That fella sat up there and did that time for you, or not at all like that. Then you got this man residing down there, and police residing off awful me. You see, like things being what they are, asking Puffy to deal with you in a roundabout way. Proposes that he truly did." Puffy's offering fans find it hard to comprehend that aside from Puffy, everybody connected with the case had their vocations obliterated. Everybody in the association, in the Tupac and Big Deal, are dead in jail, or had their professions finished. Diddy is the main man that has flourished and moved more extravagant, since essentially result in a way, without a solitary scratch. This all begun with Diddy putting a hit on Pac and recklessly got Biggie. K. Diddy should be researched and face equity for his association. That will be the day both Tupac and Big Deal can at long last find happiness in the hereafter. In an amazing bit of occasions, Tupac's sibling Mopper Shaker has additionally answered Keith D's capture, and the hypothesis that Diddy might have been associated with the end of the unbelievable rapper, tending to the circumstance on the parody publicity news show. Shaker conceded that it seemed like his sibling was being justified. Shaker said, "I don't need to anything this individual." PD referenced Diddy's name, policing something important to take care of. Will they do? It seems like Pac is being justified in light of the fact that back in those occasions, when things were going down, everyone thought he was psycho. He might have not communicated it appropriately, yet that doesn't mean he was off base, you dig? So we'll see. He further said, "I'm sufficiently lucky to have my opportunity. I polish off media. I've seen interviews, these meetings they talk about, that they used to land this prosecution on this man. I've seen him, and he's making statements. I got inquiries concerning Keith to reference specific individuals that might be a compli. So as of now in the game, someone's responsible. Are they going to make everyone he's discussing responsible?" Separated from that night's bluntness, stretches out past his association with Tupac's passing. It additionally envelops his capture and condemning in the quick in and out case that happened on the arrangement of the widely praised film Straight Outta Compton, created by hip jump legends Ice Shape and Dr. In a new meeting with All Hip Bounce Night, dug into the complexities of his legitimate experience, uncovering that he had coincidentally accrued 3 strikes on his crook record because of a no-challenge supplication entered in 2018. He earnestly made sense of that. These supposed shameful acts comprised substantial justification for his initial delivery. He said, considering the permanent error, the main sensible strategy is to either figure out an agreement for my delivery or recognize that I was right and permit me to withdraw my request and begin anew anyway. Starting a new lawful cycle would be extremely difficult given the intricacies that have unfurled for my situation. Sug additionally made sense of that. The DA suggested 2 legal advisors, yet the 2 of them were shot on the principal day. Suge suggested that his case was being controlled in light of the fact that he had to keep those two-shot attorneys on his uncovering binge Suge. Likewise guaranteed that the jury didn't maintain that he should address himself, and effectively denied him protection by recording his legal counselor visits, which is illegal. They allowed these lawyers to consent to move me from Compton to CCV before an appointed authority, Judd Cohen, one of the most awful adjudicators in CCV, on the grounds that he had my bail hearing my prelim. And my preliminary, which is unlawful, they're not even my lawyers. So presently they've been playing with me too. And fro now. But went from that to the place where the adjudicator says anyone had a weapon, a gun. I wouldn't tie you over for preliminary. They wouldn't allow me to have lawyers. They wouldn't allow me to go to preliminary. As a matter of fact, each time I had a lawyer visit, they recorded each lawyer visit I had. And that is illegal to record my legitimate visits, since the tables have turned it.